Okay, so right off the bat, I have to preface this back workout with this is not a commercial lat pull down, so it's a little shorter and forces me to lean back, significantly more arch than I normally would if I had a higher lat pull down, as if it was taller. So I just need to throw that in. I could probably go a little lighter and just be very focused at how high up it's going, but the way I'm handling it is I'm just leaning back a bit more. Next time I probably will fix that. I did not mean to leave that in the edit. I'm gonna fix that. Guess here I'm using one of these more common bars these days. It's not very wide. It's not really narrow, but keeps your palms facing in, so you're able to generally do a little bit more weight because of the grip angle. Able to use a little bit more of your biceps. For the first 10 years of my training, I probably always started with wide grip exercises and worked down to narrow, close grip exercises. It worked well for me. Forced your variety of exercises, so you definitely were hitting every part of the back. Here I switched up the handle, went with another one of these new pull down accessories, newer. Um, I like them though; they're comfortable. But this tends to hit the more the middle back, more for thickness. What they say. It's always worked for me. Like this exercise, tend to go heavier with it. When I say tend to go heavier, I mean heavier than if you were to be going with a wide grip attachment. I also like this handle because I can really wrap my hand around it, and it gives me a better stretch. You can see I'm very hooked over the bar. I always use a hook grip when doing any type of rowing exercise. I think over time it just becomes more comfortable. When it comes to cheating with certain exercises like this one, I think it's depending on how you're doing it. It's not terrible because essentially what I'm doing here a little bit is I'm using the lower back. So yeah, it takes away from the goal of working the lats. I'm using probably more of the erector muscles to help move my back down, but I'm simultaneously pulling back with the elbows. So I am still engaging the back. So there is, uh, I don't think all cheating in terms of bad technique fall in the same category as terrible. And not necessarily, you know, bad for you. Here I'm going too heavy. I have the 120s. Should have went a little lighter. Never done this before where I watch my own videos, so probably good critique. I knew my form was off. I just wanted to use the 120s. It's been a while since I actually used them. Yeah, these are a lot of bad reps. Should have been going lighter. Don't do that. It's kind of at the same time that like they're forced reps. I'm shot. Like I feel like if you've been training a long time and you kind of know your body's limitations, I don't recommend bad form. I'm making excuses, kind of. Yeah, you could clearly see here. I'm shot. Form's going out the window. I've always been a big fan of pull-ups. If you're good at knocking out pull-ups, your back is gonna look good. I always like to throw in a few sets of abs in any workout, usually towards the end or at the end. It's very easy for me to, well, I don't know if it's easier for me than other people, but I have a pretty good connection with my abdominals, so I could really contract them very hard and get them burning pretty fast. There's a few exercises in particular I like to do. I tend to do leg lifts for to feel the lower abdominals a little bit more, and I also like using the high cable with the rope. It's very common abdominal exercise. When I combine those two together, usually uh, get blood in them. So I've always said abs are made in the kitchen. I still believe that for the most part. Doesn't matter how great your abs are if you have enough fat covering them. Doesn't really matter. You could always build any muscle, but when it comes to the abs, they're very flat, so it's very easy to hide them under fat. Not to mention that we tend to store a lot of fat around the waist.